All right.
Are we there then?
I don't know. I think we're there.
Hi.
It's always a crapshoot. I never actually know whether or not we're live or if our mic works or
Yeah, because we have to be not on YouTube to start the stream. So you can't see if it's actually gone.
right. So I don't know. I don't know. Tell me which Taylor Swift album is your favorite in the background if you can see me. Us. Something.
And if you can tell what the
Oh,
albums are.
D already did it. Ooh, mister. There you go. They know we are here and they are aware. Look at that.
Yay, it's working. All right, we can move on.
All right. Good. Well, that's not the only thing. We got to do the other thing.
Yeah, we have to do the obligatory audio check.
Is our audio okay?
Can you hear us? Hey, someone, yeah, Emirates already said you're live and I can hear you.
All right. Look and sound great. Hello. Good. Awesome. Love to hear it. See it. I can't hear anything. Mr. Sexy Voice.
Hello.
We got Soaps on Stones out here with her early morning. Holy crap. It's like 8 or 9 where you are. Is that right? In Australia? You would think I would figure out these time zones by now, considering I do moderation for Twitch streamers from Australia. But it's all still bad.
Yeah, you're doing moderation for Twitch streamers, and I ask you what time it is there, and you're like, I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
It's some sort of time where they think it's acceptable to be streaming.
I have no clue. Yeah, in order for me to get their like nails and finger on keyboard. Oh, Emma's doing her nail videos. I'm so excited. Eowyn is going to love those. Very exciting.
She has been very into acrylic nails
Yeah,
recently.
she's been so into it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Brianna, that's true too. Yes. So, yeah, well, I guess since people are already commenting about the
Commenting about them sucking at business.
the title of the video, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they're here, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we're all just kind of here because lives are fun, but also we get to, do the thing in I don't know, an even more fun way, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. But
I find it enjoyable.
yeah, it's something. It's definitely something. But I actually do need to do things because, things. So
Yes, you do.
it's day 365 of 365 days of soap. Year 2 was a journey. It's
This
a
is
journey.
an epic way to end year 2.
It's some way to end
Here's
year
the
2.
thing: when you look down the telescope of a year, you never ever see this at the end. Like a year ago, this was not going to be happening on day 365 of year 2.
No, not even a little bit. Not even remotely. In the grand scheme of things that are never going to happen, I didn't think I'd be doing this. That's for sure. But, here we are. So,
Yeah, here we are.
welcome for the last live of year 2. We're doing the thing. It's the end of year 2, and I'm not going to say celebrating because I will be doing, some more shorts and some unboxings of some really amazing soaps that I've gotten from the Sudsers recently, and doing all the cool shout outs with all of that soon. And I didn't want to put both in the same video. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, no, you don't want to mix.
we're not
what
mixing
this,
these
what
things.
this is with what that is.
Yes, Nas, you're absolutely right. Twists, turns, all the things. So, first up, I guess for anybody who isn't aware, I guess I need a recap. So, 2 weeks ago, 15 days ago, I made 2 videos. I made a video titled DMCA, wherein I went through DMCA and the history of it, as well as the abuses of it, and talked about real world examples of, how that could happen in the small business world. And then the other video titled Kata Molds, the dirty history of soap making or bath bomb mold making, something. And I talked about copyrights and copyright obtaining and copyright infringements, as well as addressed Kata and what they had been doing to small businesses, the narrative that they had painted about me, and all the things. So I did all that research, got all the information together, and talked to the appropriate people. So governmental offices, attorneys, all the things. Filmed the video, edited the video, uploaded the video, and went on with my life.
Kada could not do the same.
Kada did not do the same. And they've been busy for the last 2 weeks.
Not filling your orders, though. So if your lead times have increased, we're sorry.
Sorry if that's been the case. I'm super sorry. But yeah, so that's kind of, the end result of all of that. And I said at the end of that video that I wasn't going to talk about Kada again. Because again, it was just informational. It was ultimately just an opinion, as I said no less than 47 times in that video. Opinions. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I could be wrong. All of the things. And I went on with my life. Because this is not an attack on Kada. This was just giving small business owners and people specifically within the maker world information about these sorts of things going on in order to protect themselves. And since then, Kada has they sent me a cease and desist letter via email.
Nearly handwritten.
Nearly handwritten. Will wrote it himself.
And
that was
via email, not... I mean, it was an attachment, though, right? It wasn't just written in the body of the email.
Yeah, but I mean, they were at least smart enough to even put, like, a PDF. They changed it to a PDF, so they were thinking a little bit.
Not, certified, registered mailed or any of that. Just, here's an email.
But it was, bad. It was bad. All 32 pages of it. That was...
Which... no, never mind.
It was a lot. And in addition to that, they have not been able to stop obsessing about this ever since. And it's been weird. Granted, I expected them to, do basically exactly what happened because I expected them to implode. And that's what they're doing. And
they're not handling it well, no.
They're not handling it well.
But it was something that didn't even really need to be handled. Like the amount of effort they put into this is just shocking.
It's a lot. It is definitely a lot of effort that has been put into it. It's hit new levels of just wild and unbelievable, which we will talk about with all of this. But the first thing that I did want to talk about, the reason why I'm even doing this video now, because we had so much fun things planned for the actual, the copyright thing to show what they actually have copyrighted.
We're still going to do that, though.
Are we still doing that?
Absolutely, along with, letting people know what our copyrights are.
That's right. We do have to let people know what our copyrights are. And
it helps explain things.
And we do have the guy in Washington, D.C. this week, so it would be a waste of time.
Yeah, no. Yeah. My man is, he's flying out there right now, actually. He's got to be there in the morning. So, yeah, got a man in DC for a week. That's where the copyright office is. And that's where you really have to go there in person to research, what specific copyrights have been issued for things.
That's true.
You can look online and search up and see that someone said search up because I've been talking to the kids too much. They always say search up.
Yeah.
You can look online and search what someone has been given a copyright. So a copyright has been granted.
Right.
But without either, what is it paying them by the hour to research it sort of thing, or going to the copyright office yourself in person in DC and looking through the file, you can't find out what sort of copyright they've actually been granted.
I mean, but we already know what copyright they've already been granted because in these meltdowns and what they considered their public statement, they told us in as many words, and it's a lot. So they effectively publicly just admitted that they agree with everything that I said in the DMCA video and the copyright video from their own mouths, which is a weird flex, I think, to be taking, considering you have threatened litigation for defamation. Sure.
This is so we should get into this. We will get into this, but there was a specific trigger that prompted actually putting this video out.
Right.
I think that needs to be addressed first because that is egregious.
Yeah. So the real reason why I decided to go ahead and address any of the ridiculousness that they've been doing online that I see every day, because I'm still there. It's weird. It's weird. Is they have taken it to a new level of trying to control the narrative, and again with the character assassination, that I felt I needed to super talk about, because I actually do share some culpability in this, and I need to address that right off the bat, and it needs to be, you know, serious stuff, because it is serious, and I do take this seriously. And so, okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to go to so in this new attempt to, I don't know, again, character assassination, trying to paint me as being some sort of whatever person, Bailey has been going into this narrative, which I don't like. Go over there. Click, click. Yeah.
There we go.
So this comment that came through yesterday afternoon was the one where I finally said, okay, fine, running their mouth and doing their things, I don't care. But with this new narrative that they're doing with the name calling, degrading, and fat shaming, I have to address that. And I have to address that for a few reasons. One of the reasons legitimately is, I mean, I didn't explain really where Whaley came from, where Bill and Whaley came from. And
it does seem like that name is where she's drawing this fat shaming claim from.
It feels like that's the only thing that I could think of that they're actually, you know, talking about with this narrative. And that's on me. Fair point. That's on me. I didn't explain that in the video, and I didn't show those assets. And that's not cool. I assumed that over 700 videos out there, and my entire personal, you know, social media, because my name is very common, or very uncommon, you can find everything I've ever done. And just the person that I am, and the amount of times that I've had to address body shaming comments that have been attached to me, that's not what I was doing. And in fact, I addressed an ad hominem attack from one of the Kata super stands within that video itself. I assumed that it stood on its own, especially considering the spelling of it. If it were to be like a whale or something, it would be spelled whale. Anyway, but that's not a fair assumption to make. I can't do that. And so I thought it would be best to go ahead and give you guys all of the email exchange that essentially created the Bill and Whaley monikers.
Because their names are Will and Bailey.
Because their names are Will.
Switch the first letters of their names.
And Bailey. And so I thought we should do that. And then also, you know, for the people who like to screen grab shit and whatever, you can have the email conversation that was occurring during their, you know, you remember that initial post? Their sneak diss, you know, whatever, wherein they fed me to the wolves and hit me. Yep, all that. We were also talking behind the scenes. We were talking in DMs. We were emailing each other because I wanted to maintain professionalism, essentially.
You're talking in DMs behind the scene, telling them to take this offline and stop doing this out in the public eye, which they refuse to do.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead if you got the thread there.
Yeah.
The creation of
they didn't do the thing.
Bill
And so
Whaley.
we're going to show you the original the email conversation that I was having with Bill and Whaley while this was all going down. JK, hold please. Where did it go?
Where did it go?
I don't know. Why is it no
there
longer?
it is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
there.
All right, cool. So let's double click that again just to be sure, right?
It's popped up on
Okay, good.
the stream over there.
So the initial email exchange that was happening, which I might be able to get to. This stopped working. Do you see my mouse? Hold please, technical difficulties. We don't have 15 years of IT
Click on
experience.
that. Click on that open window.
I can't click on anything. There's no mouse.
It's really just have a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody that's saying that it's a reach, I get that and appreciate it. It is a reach, but at the same time, again, I have never been that person ever in my life that has ever made a comment about somebody's body and
I don't know what's happened with the pointer.
any sort of anyway, this is not working at all to actually scroll through this guy. So maybe we can get to, is it on the wrong thing maybe?
No, it's moving here. You just can't see the actual pointer. I
Yeah.
don't know why it's disappeared. Well, now it's not moving at all,
Yeah.
but it's still on.
Oh, wait, maybe. Wait. So that's interesting. So let me see if we can go back to the main. If I just go one up, will that do it? No.
Yeah, if you can get there, but you can't
No,
see
I have
the
no
pointer,
idea.
but
It wouldn't be alive with us
There you
if it wasn't a little scuffed, right? So let me see what just went down here. Do you think maybe it's the light thing that's having issues?
it might be hiding something. Yeah, something's popped up behind OBS right there.
That's the email that I'm trying to share that's popped up, and I can't get down to the bar. I have no mouse. Does weird things though when I move it around, like it's highlight stuff.
Yeah, you just can't see the pointer. I don't know why it's gone away.
Yeah, exactly.
If we can get to the light, maybe we can. Yeah, it won't come off of OBS.
I was literally just going over to like press the screen. Like when in doubt, just press the screen. It's fine. just press it. I don't have a touchscreen monitor. You know what I do have though? We weirdly found this when we were putting everything together and doing whatever. On the computer, I think it's built into this computer, there's like a light bar. It's like an HP light bar that actually shows up on the screen itself, which is wild. And you can adjust it with different colors and where it goes and stuff. So you don't even need a ring light or even good lighting overhead or whatever to light your stuff. Which I thought was really crazy and wild. Do you think maybe we have a dead battery?
I don't know.
When in doubt, switch the batteries out. I always say, because it rhymes, so I must say it. Oh, that's probably loud on the mic. Sorry. No, we have not. Oh, what? For a second, I think I got it.
I don't know if these are even good batteries. They were just there in the cabinet. Okay, I'm gonna get the battery.
We're getting new batteries. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys. Yeah, Becky. Hi, nice to see you. By the way, Becky. That was one of the things that I. That was one of the things that I thought as well with the. It was a reach for me to even figure out what they were talking about with fat shaming, and that has to be the only thing. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know what Bailey looks like. So, whatever. But even if I did know what Bailey looks like, I'm not that guy. But again, it doesn't change the fact that I didn't really give you guys the assets and why Bill and Whaley became a thing in the first place. And with all of this, we actually might not be able to post any sort of, to show any of the stuff that we put together for all of this at all if the, mic or the mouse won't work. So I guess for the, oh, something happened.
I hit that button. Now it won't go away.
I love it. Do you have a pointer? Oh,
have
sorry, guys. Sorry. No, we have nothing. There's none things. We will be on this screen until the end of time now.
Wow.
Yeah. There is
If you
got to
click that,
be...
if you click that side button on the mouse, you can pull up the things that are on, and maybe kill the light.
Which side button?
The like thumb button, the squeeze. Pop it up here.
No, we're not going to pop it up there again because we're definitely making
where your thumb rests. Push in on that.
I did. I'm pushing in on it.
That's what brought up all those windows.
Well, I'm literally pushing in on it though.
The mouse just died.
Love that for us. It's awesome. Anyway, so I will just explain it. So I went through an email correspondence with Bill and Whaley during the whole thing when they were, again, feeding me to the wolves on their page. And I immediately, after the very first comment that Bailey put up on that thing, I took to email and I responded to the original copyright info thing that I'd sent them back in August. And I said, this exchange is interesting. This is not cool. What is going on here? I, ultimately was on your side with all of this, and because I believed you, and now based on the way that you're acting and that you just said that there's somebody out there that has proof that you lied to me, I'm going to go find all of this shit. I'm going to actually make this video and include you in it. And the email exchange continued. Just ridiculousness from them. They continued to do their shit on their post, whatever. And then at the end, Bill, after calling me Shantine multiple times, this guy's typed my name so many times. At the end of all of it, he says, Christine. And then, if you didn't want to know people to know that you contacted us, you shouldn't have commented, in effect. And for me, being called Christine, right, after you'd been using my name right multiple times.
Yeah, it was a long exchange.
Felt like one of those, enter the patriarchy, male, masculine toxicity, putting the little girl in her place thing. And so I responded with Bill, see above. Stopped calling him Will at that point, called him Bill. B is also how Bailey, Bailey, get it?
So if Will becomes Bill, Bailey becomes Whaley.
Swap it around.
And Whaley was born.
Bill and Whaley were born because of that.
And then 2 weeks later, she will set with it long enough that she could finally make some sort of connection and say, oh, that's fat shaming because she called me Whaley. It's not spelled the same. Wailing is a thing. You cry a lot. You're wailing.
Right. Whaley. It all completely worked. And that's how that was all born. But again, I didn't explain that in that video. And so for anyone who saw that video and walked away from that thinking I was fat shaming, I am sorry. I am not that person, and I feel terrible if anyone walked away from that thinking that that's what I did. That apology does not necessarily extend to Bailey, however, because she was a part of that email exchange, and it takes two brain cells to rub together to understand how that happened, I would think.
And couple all of that with the fact that I don't even know what they look like.
Right. Have no idea.
I mean, if you're feeling that way, I'm sorry, but I don't even know what their weights are.
Right. And in all honesty, it was an easy as, when we saw that yesterday and realized it's now actually hit a point where this has to be addressed, if only to ensure that the people that I may have hurt with all of that understands that I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have made you feel that way because I didn't explain it. For sure. But as we were talking about it last night, it's a pretty lazy connection to even make. Like,
it's trying to discredit the source rather than defend against the facts that have been presented. You don't have the authority to do the things you're doing, so let's try to make the person who pointed out that we don't have the authority to do the things we're doing look bad.
Right. And in all honesty, the whole thing was just, it's an easy thing to character assassinate, as an attempt to character assassinate someone that looks like me with the mean girl body shaming thing. Like, oh, she's a mean girl body shamer. And I don't think that's fair either. You know? So, whatever.
It's just more stereotypical bullying, really. A lot of what they do is bullying.
The whole thing is bullying. Hey, Cass, how are you? It's nice to see you. But, yeah, and I'm glad that you guys knew what was going on with that. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. But, again, it still doesn't matter. If somebody thought that I was doing it, I'm sorry. I really am. And that was why I really, really wanted to make this video and make sure that that gets addressed. And I don't exactly know how to attach assets after the fact, but I'll figure it out. Maybe I can get some, you know, pictures of all those emails because they're fun too in all of this later. But anyway, I did want to address that before we start, you know, just talking about all of the fuel that the Bill and Whaley are adding to the house fire that they started and how it's gotten to like insane levels, and just kind of clown on it a little bit because it's funny.
Yeah, just needed to establish the sole reason that this live is happening right now is because they escalated it to that level of, you know, a personal attack and making just asinine claims about someone who would never. Is why it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Finally have to say something. They have not stopped talking for the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And you've let it all go.
Right.
There's whatever, let them run their mouths. But when it gets to that point, to this point, oh, she's fat shaming. Well, no, you're talking about someone who would never do so.
Right.
And you can't let that sort of thing go. This has nothing to do with professionalism or bath bomb modes, even.
Right.
They're just trying to deflect away from the real problem.
Well, and that's all it's been. That's all it's been for the past 2 weeks. That's what it was. I mean, realistically, that's what the first post even was. Like them doing this vague post of, you know, a random person calling them and one, you know, random email from a person that they took down. Just the one, guys. It's not important. It's just one. To that, whether it's 1 or 101, it doesn't matter. A false DMCA, a DMCA strike, from 1 or 101, that's dirty regardless. But it's weird that they're doing that narrative. But even them putting that out there initially was their way of controlling the narrative, sleight of hand, because nobody knew about it. Nobody had any idea this was going on. This was not being talked about publicly. They opened that door, and I'm just walking right in. I'm walking in and looking around. And so is everybody else every single time they put another comment on this thing that they're still, too literal today, going on. And it's a lot.
That's the best part of it, is that they're driving traffic to this video, pointing out all of the shady things they do.
Right.
And they just keep talking about it and pointing more people to it.
Every time that they put a new ridiculous comment on this, on these posts that they have, I get more upticks in this video, and I don't get more dislikes. That video has not even come close to being ratioed. It has like 9 dislikes. That's it. You're exposing your own customer base to what you're doing.
Yeah, you're introducing your customers to a video that explains how terribly you do things.
Exactly. And just like right there, like what Kaylee said, the second they post about it publicly, they're inviting people to come in and poke and prod. Right. And they made that decision to talk about it publicly. And then within that, they tried to, again, they attempted to feed me to the wolves with that. I was on their turf, and they were coming at me with all of this ridiculous, oh, you're crazy narrative. So, of course, I defended myself in the next video, while also giving all the information that had been compiled up to that point. And ultimately, everybody that has been watching this has been walking away with, hopefully, the information. And also just being okay with me getting a little bit snide. Because, I mean, I get to defend myself.
Everyone is entitled to defend themselves, especially against false accusations.
Right.
And up until that video you did specifically about Cada a couple of weeks ago, you'd not said a thing about them.
Nope.
Not a thing.
Nope.
I mean, in that email thread that we're not able to pull up because the mouse has malfunctioned, you're even explaining to them that, I was on your side. I believed you. Believed you because you lied to me, which we've learned later, and that's not what you said. But them taking offense to being called liars when the only reason you didn't make the video, a couple of months ago was because they just lied to your face, essentially. They're on the phone with you.
Right.
They've just been consistently lying and wailing.
Crying. They cried a lot. Which is, a consistent pattern of behavior for them. Every time anything goes wrong, they oh God, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I wanted to address, obviously, the fat shaming comments, but also just kind of, hi guys, how are we feeling about all of this?
Are you tired of talking about this?
It's been a lot. Honestly, it's hit crazy, like the actual definition of crazy levels. I mean, the things that they're saying on their channel, on the comments, they contradict themselves in the same comment, but then they're also just openly admitting that they know that the copyright that they hold is for photography, for an artistic expression. So the picture that they put on their website, and they're using that to take other creators down for the files. They are admitting that they don't have the files, that they don't own the files, that they have no copyright on the files, and that they can't copyright the clip art that they used.
That's the best part of what they've said in like the last week or so is Will saying, I took a common thing and tweaked it a little bit and made that my own and then filed a copyright.
But you can't do that.
But yeah, like in the exact same thread, he's like, well, you can't just take my thing and tweak it a little bit. That's not different enough for you to get a copyright. But dude, you said that's how you started.
That's
like,
how you did it.
Daddy Shark.
Yep. Well, that was the
Except they
thing.
didn't tweak that at all, right? That's just Daddy Shark. Maybe we should do something else.
They didn't tweak Daddy Shark. That's the thing that was just so funny with all of these comments, because it's ridiculous. Oh my God, thousands of screen caps at this point. It's just the most wow. And they said with the Daddy Shark thing, they were like clowning on it, like, oh, I bet she didn't talk about this in the video because it doesn't fit her narrative. Honey, I didn't talk about this because I didn't want you to go jump off a bridge at the end of all of this. It's Daddy Shark, and somebody should let Pink Fong know. Like, it's Daddy Shark.
Yeah, I have.
And it's just like, what is wrong with it? It's wild. And every day I do the same thing.
Probably won't be concerned because they've copyrighted a picture.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. This is not a copyright video. We have one of those coming up. It's going to be amazing.
Yep. Oh, hey, I just got a notification from the page that they think I'm not on anymore. They are now aware that this is happening.
Just now.
They're talking about it.
This spy network is severely lacking.
It's a lot. Oh, speaking of spies, yeah, wow. That has been, just for the record, guys, like if any of you have realized that you are were maybe a member of that page and you are no longer a member of that page, it appears, apparently, allegedly, they have been going through the comment section of that video, and everybody that they can tie to a name in their bath bomb group, they're removing. Which seems like a really weird thing to do, right? Because those are your customers.
Right, wouldn't they be? Member of your bath bomb mold group is probably people that have been buying molds from you. So when you remove them from your Facebook group because they've commented on a video, do you also remove them from your customer database? Like, do you stop selling to them?
Right, exactly.
If they place an order, you be like, no, you commented on that video.
I mean, as a customer, I certainly would never buy from them again if I found that they removed me from a thing for making a comment on a different platform that was not theirs.
Yeah, this is very...
for an opinion. All opinions, you also posted your opinion, and you got removed from their bath bomb group as a customer. That seems like a really weird move to make for a business.
Yeah,
like,
you can still buy from us on the website, but you can't participate in these conversations anymore. Wait, no. Like, if they're removing customers because they commented on a Facebook or a YouTube video, where does it end? I mean, this is the Gestapo, and it's stochastic.
It's stalker. Oh, yeah, actually, that's perfect because Kaylee just said, but at the core, it's because they have spies in our midst, so therefore they're suspicious of us. Yeah, that's also happened. They have spies in my Discord, which is like the worst idea for them ever to be doing right now because they have open threats of litigation at play, you know, with the cease and desist. They have that going on. And now they have people in my Discord that paid doll hairs to get in there and I guess seemingly collect information, which is a terrible idea because if you are found with that information that you obtained illegally behind a paywall, your case is shot. If you even had one anyway, you don't, but if you did, that's a bad move. But those are stalker levels. Like, just think about what they going through somebody's comment section and then like comparing it to your list of bath bomb and then getting people into my Discord. It's stalker.
And these are also people that have, you know, the holidays coming up, which is a big deal for all makers, right? All suppliers. Like, you need to be doing work. Like, you need to shut up, put your head down, and do your job.
Right.
You have a business to run that is supplying makers that is coming up on the holidays and the biggest season of the world. And instead, you're hour by hour perusing comments on a YouTube video to see who else you need to block from your Facebook group.
Yeah.
And what is that accomplishing?
Right.
We've just blocked everyone who doesn't believe us.
Realistically, what that is accomplishing is exactly what they were accomplishing with sending me a cease and desist letter in the first place. It's proving the point that this could be a bullying tactic, and it's solidifying that in the minds of everybody that they've been removing. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, no, they definitely have something to hide because they're going too hard. I haven't said a word about them in 2 weeks, and they can't stop talking about me. And with the comments, God, I wish our mouse worked. I put so many things in here. But with the comments that they have on, you know, things, the one where Bailey was like, oh, the public response has taken so long because we've spent days and days poring over.
Oh, painstakingly poring over this video for days.
Produce no information, actually, like no evidence and no argument to put in a cease and desist.
That was the best part. It was, what, 32, 34 pages?
32 pages.
It's a novella with zero evidence that anything in the video was false.
Just
like
nothing.
Zero. It was amazing.
Yeah, and
I felt like I must be missing something when I'm reading through this. Like, no, get to the end. 4 times and still there's no evidence.
Yeah, no. And the number of times where I'm like, wait, am I wrong? Am I, whatever, just like trying to, with their comments that they've been doing on these things and with the cease and desist. And then I realized, oh my God, no, this is what gaslighting is. Like, this is happening.
No, it absolutely makes no sense. And it's just speaking nonsense.
Yeah, and it's all the deflection and all of the sleight of hand and whatever. That one that Bill did yesterday, was it yesterday?
Let's not worry about what DMCA is or what we should have done.
Yeah,
let's not worry about that because we know we totally abused the system.
What was that one? I can look it up real quick because I'm still there.
Real irritating that mouse stopped working.
It is very irritating that the mouse is not working. But let's see. Yeah, in response to somebody who, by the way, thanks for being a real one. Hey, Becky, too, I'm also surprised that you haven't been removed yet. I see you, and I've seen you on the things, too. You're awesome. But in response to a real one over there that needs to just become a VIP because you're cool, when she was pushing back on what a cease and desist is and what a DMCA is, Bill responds with, let's not get caught up in what DMCA is or what we should or shouldn't have done.
You don't need to worry yourself about that. Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
Let's not get caught up in...
But then he says the point is, we're wrong. I mean, just finished reading it. It's amazing.
Yeah, this post was made in response to the huge claims that we are issuing false DMCA. Not according to everything you've been saying in the comment section on these public responses. This post proves otherwise. The person in question knowingly infringes on our IP. At the end of the day, the GoDaddy user is the one who broke the law, a law in place to protect us all. To which the real one, responded with, yeah, no, this is gaslighting. That did nothing. This is gaslighting. Yeah, that.
Yeah, they like to just show pictures of their things and go, this proves that we own it and you can't use it.
Yeah, Verna, good point. It's only gaslighting to target cooperates. Push back. And that's where I was, just with like all these sanity checks over and over again. Like, oh my God, am I the asshole?
No, they are.
This is what gaslighting feels like, and it's a thing.
They feel very Trumpster.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is just wild with this idea of like my bluster outweighs, the documented things that have occurred. I mean, ultimately, as I said again a bajillion times in that video, this is just my opinion. I have no idea. I could be wrong. It's just the stuff that I've learned and found and has been provided to me. I have no idea. I'm not in their brain, thank God. But it doesn't outweigh the actual documented things that they have done. And so this idea of if you just keep speaking and speak loudly, everybody will eventually believe you is just so counterproductive to anything like logical. And I think Shell said earlier that, she had talked about that too. Like there's a lack of logic here. And I think reasonable and rational people are seeing that. And every time they continue to talk about it, more people are seeing that.
Well, as long as they keep it out, in circulation, they're increasing the odds of more people seeing it, more of their customers seeing it.
Exactly.
And I don't understand. I do understand. I say this all the time. Ignorance and arrogance are a very dangerous combination.
Right.
When you're ignorant and arrogant, which they're obviously arrogant, we see that in all aspects of their interaction with people.
For sure.
They've now proven to me that they're ignorant.
Yeah.
Now, that is a terrible combination because you believe you're right. You have no idea what you're talking about, but you're going to go full force because of your arrogance. So they're just going to continue driving more and more people to a thing that shows how wrong they are.
Exactly. And if you don't want people to know about your dirty deeds, don't do them. Don't do them.
Right, but if you are doing them, we all know to be quiet.
You be quiet about it.
Everyone's corporate counsel is going to tell you to shut up.
Well, I mean, they should hire an attorney at some point.
Just put your head down and do your work. We're trying to run a successful business. We'll do that by shut up and do your work.
Right. Like literally that. That's the thing. Like I said, I made that video and I'm done. I'm done. I said at the end of the video that I wasn't going to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't even need to write a letter.
You don't even need to write that letter. You didn't need to spend all that time going through my video. I already said, you missed that part?
And that was the crux of the letter, actually. It all wrapped up with, please confirm, by Friday that you won't talk about us anymore.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing ever with the cease and desist, by the way, because they sent that last Sunday afternoon at like 2-ish. And we were doing stuff and getting ready to go to my family's house to do our Sunday afternoon, fun time with the family. And I get this email, which I find hilarious because Bill and Whaley, even though Bill has said in these comments that apparently he has 15 years IT experience, they never get emails. That's their thing. They never get them.
But they rely on them heavily.
To convey
information.
Seems like a weird idea to send an email to someone of that import. Like, it's an important thing.
We actually did consider doing that, though. Just saying, on a video, I didn't get the email.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, I didn't get the email.
You didn't get my email. I didn't get your email.
Nobody's getting emails.
Mutual blocking on our servers or something.
Nobody's getting them. But that's another thing to keep in mind, too. it's a high probability that I did in fact block you after that email exchange and, whatever.
Yeah, so you've sent a cease. The only way they know you got it is because they're watching this.
Because they're watching it right now. Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. But also...
But it did go to the spam folder.
But that they had to have been, after they spent 2 weeks poring over my video and got the things that they focused on were like ridiculous. Like the things that... And the things that they didn't focus on were like, interesting. I find that more interesting. Like they didn't at all try to defend the fact that they are using the chill pill copyrighted.
Let's not talk about DMCA.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about what I'm doing. What's good for me is what's good for thee is not good for me. Whatever. But they had to.
What's on my website?
Yeah. But they had to have been just like so proud of themselves after all of this time doing this thing, like with this big gotcha moment, right? She said cease and desist a whole bunch of times. What if we file a cease and desist? Ha! Got it. And then they couldn't even manage to, it never came via, mail, whatever. They never did certified mail it. They did none of these things. They didn't even request like a red receipt. I mean, all of it's wild. And then they gave us 5 days. They sent it on a Sunday. It was dated on a Sunday. Like the actual PDF was dated last Sunday. And we had until September 30th to comply in writing that effectively we wouldn't talk about them anymore.
5 calendar days to confirm that we wouldn't talk about them anymore.
Seems weird. Like
it seems like that's not a timeline you can enforce for anything ever.
And so you spent those 2 weeks doing nothing of actual value, while the rest of us,
adding hours of watch time to your video,
adding hours and hours of watch time to my video, and the rest of us are just going on with our lives. Right. We are running our business. We were getting everything ready for the busy season. Like Bill and Whaley, who? When I got that email, like really? All right.
Yeah, that was just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Right.
It's incredible that it's emailed. It's incredible that they wrote it themselves. It's incredible that, when you put something like that out, when you write it out yourself, like we had to send this sort of thing, these sorts of letters or whatever, and you pore over it. I mean, you read through it and you revise it 4 or 5 times. You have other people read it like, hey, how was this? Let's do it. When you finally hit the send button, like that is your best work.
That's what you're proud of.
That I am very proud of myself for having written this document. And so they're Sunday evening, patting themselves on the back for look at what I did. And this is amazing. And it's riddled with even misspellings.
Oh God, there's so many misspellings.
And grammatical errors. And then you provided absolutely, none, zero evidence in 32, 34 pages of evidence. You provided absolutely nothing.
Not a thing.
To discredit the claims that have been made against you.
Right, and then during that time after
this is your best work.
This is your best work.
We're going to toast to this.
Yep. Yay! We got her. And
Sunday evening at the Bill and Whaley house must have been amazing.
I know, they must have had like the best time after all of that. Like, cheers to us, we did it. And, I looked at it and saw that it was 32 pages and went, no, and printed it out.
They're usually a page.
Right. Right. Because that's like, if you're going to write your own cease and desist, at least Google how long they should be. They're supposed to be concise. Wow. They gave me their whole case. Like, thanks for making it easy, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't even address, like, cease and desist what?
Right. What do you want?
That's the whole point of a cease and desist. You have done this thing.
It's libel and or slander.
Doing.
They said libel and or slander because they can't figure out exactly which one it is because I'm speaking with my mouth words. My mouth words are sounding pretty, but also I had text on the screen. So it's both. Let's go both. This is why you hire an attorney. My God. And yeah, the whatever, they did this thing.
I think they bought the template from LegalZoom.com.
I think they got it from Rocket Lawyer. But also on Rocket Lawyer, it at least tells you, make it concise. Like, you don't need to whatever. Make a, do this, whatever.
Well,
and then make sure that you send it in such a way that you have a confirmation that it was received.
It was concise because it was 30 pages of supplemental. Remember that?
But
that was like the heading.
That's not even the case, though, because within their supplemental, they explained in paragraphs like, oh, well, this is why this is wrong.
Yeah.
Look, I can prove that this person maliciously knew that they used my bath bomb mold files that I don't own, and have confirmed that I don't own. They can't enforce copyrights on STL files. They can't enforce them on bath bomb mold makers, because what they own is the artistic expression. Again, we are getting ahead of ourselves with that one. It's going to be so much fun.
No spoilers, love. It's coming up in a 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
Time frame.
We got to give the feds a little bit of time with that one.
They do take a minute.
Yeah, they do take a minute.
But it will be worth the wait. I promise.
It'll be a good time.
Until I can't wait to tell people what I own.
I know, seriously. What I own too? Oh my God. I have copyrights for the coolest things right now. You're going to die.
Shocked.
But yeah, with all of that, like, they didn't give a timeline that anybody could reasonably respond to. And then during that time, they started running their mouths.
They kept talking.
And while they kept incriminating themselves, and with every single comment that they did, we're just checking off at that point. Because when I printed it out and I gave a copy to, my mom and my brother, and we're all, okay, cool, whatever. You want to look at this? Cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Immediately sent it to my attorney. And his first response, even though he was aware of the situation, what was going on, right, was like, just give me a chance to look into it.
Yeah, just be quiet. Because
that's what you're supposed to do. So if they've gone through an attorney, the first thing that the attorney would have told them was, okay, now you've sent this, you keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, and this is like reason number one that we know that they did not consult an attorney.
Well, the reason number one is
talking.
The reason number
the letter itself.
The letter itself was reason.
Reason number two, why we know they didn't speak to an attorney, is because they've not stopped talking.
Yes.
The entire time. You send a cease and desist letter because someone said something you don't like, you just shut up.
Exactly. You stop
talking. If you're watching, Cadus, you just stop talking. Just move on with your life. Don't say anything to anyone. See what the outcome is.
Yeah. Hey, Aroma Creative Studios, thank you for 2-year anniversary well wishes. I love it. Miss A, I'm not...
forgot we had comments.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Miss A, I'm not drinking whaley tears again. I actually wanted something tasty and not bitter tonight. So, I have a very... it's a mimosa in that it has a little bit of orange juice in it. It's mostly champagne.
It's called Delicious.
It's a good time. But I'm thinking about doing some tumblers, actually, with those.
You gotta copyright them.
Trademark pending. Well, another thing.
Trademark.
The trademarks and patents. They are actively saying in all of these comments, yeah, no, I know that this is actually how you're supposed to do it.
I can't do the Grinch because it's trademarked, and I'm not gonna do none of my stuff's trademarked.
And they can't trademark or patent any of this because
they stole it from someone else.
They stole it from someone else.
I would love to see them try to trademark the poo emoji.
Well, I mean, according to them, they know that they don't own the poo emoji. Then why is it on your site? And that's another thing. That's like cuckoo bananas with all of this. Every time they start talking about because every time they comment, they continue to dig themselves deeper in a hole, because the very first thing a curious, mind will do is, well, what kind of molds are we talking about here? And they'll go to the website. Is there something unique? Is there something or whatever? And the number of emails and DMs that I'm getting, emails, Instagram, whatever, it's freaking wild, from people that I don't even know at this point. Like, it's nuts. I can't even, like, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon this shit to figure out, it's crazy, that are coming to me with just screen caps from their website saying, wait, how is it that they're selling this, but they don't like it if somebody sells, like, an ugly ass tombstone? And one of them was the rose bath bomb mold that Lush has been selling since 2010, apparently. And I went and checked it out. And like that bath bomb, the actual bath bomb, the rose bomb, it originally was created to be a sort of like a fundraiser for like a charity or a nonprofit. So a portion of their sales were going to that. And so it's kind of doubly messed up, right? As this person that emailed me pointed out, that not only are they actively stealing from Lush and making it possible for, the end user, the bath bomb makers, to make a product that somebody else, made iconic, they are doing it with a product that a portion of the sales are supposed to go to, a nonprofit. And that's like, and those sorts of things, people are looking through their website with a fine-tooth comb at this point. And so I wouldn't be surprised if people start actually contacting the original IP holders. Like, hey, Lush, do you know that the Katas are doing this? Kata molds are doing this? Hey, Pink Fong, do you know that Daddy Shark is now apparently copyrighted and belongs to somebody else? Like, what are you doing? Why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Why? Hey,
Yeah,
Happy Brush Chalet.
Something else we sort of discussed. Like, if you are also violating other people's copyrights, maybe don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, like, don't do that. Dee says she wants 2 of the cups. You got it.
Whaley's Tears cups.
All the Sudsers get a Whaley's Tears cups for free. I'm just going to give them away.
They're going to make great Christmas gifts.
Yeah. And so...
I'm going to send one to the Katas.
And so it's just such a wild thing. I don't understand why they're using their time this way. Like, why not focus on your actual business and the way that you can better, do things? Shorten that lead time. Look at... Because that's the thing. Their business model has to be interesting as well. Just looking into them, I don't know the company. I know what they have been doing and the research that I have done showing their history of being weird on the internet.
Right.
But aside from that, whatever. But according to them, they have like 36 printers or something, right? But they still make all of their molds to order, which to me is not the mark of a company that's actually like successful and doing well. Because you don't trust that those orders are going to keep coming in. Like if you were actually just consistently performing or whatever, you would take a look at, okay, so what bath bombs have sold the most in this quarter? Okay, cool. Lush's Rose Bath Bomb. Awesome. You dedicate a certain number of printers to doing nothing but spitting out those molds over and over again. So you have a backstock and you're not making all of your molds to order. And that's such a weird thing anyway, because the number of people on like Etsy right now, like Parton Prints and Chunk of Dust and Wild Time and whatever, they have 2-day shipping. People aren't waiting 4 to 6 weeks to get their freaking bath bomb molds. And that tells me that either those people have gone, oh, well, these ones are popular, so let's make sure to make more of them. Mm-hmm. So like when they sell, we just ship them out. Mm-hmm. Or, they understand how to stage the things, and they're not spending all of their time, I don't know, trying to suss out all of the customers that they don't like, apparently, and get rid of them from the bath bomb group, and also put spies in my Discord. Like, oh my God,
after the last couple of weeks, I had no idea who these people were.
No idea. Me neither.
Honestly, had no clue what even this market was, like 3D printed bath bomb molds. I'm not in this world. I have no idea until this whole Kata stuff came up and we started talking about it. But in the 3 weeks I've been familiar with them, I'm absolutely shocked at the amount of time they spend not working on their business.
I know.
Like not doing your job.
What are you doing? Oh, it's Miss A leaving?
I don't know.
Bye, Miss A. Nice to see you.
I forgot we had chat again.
But anyway, you forgot. It's right there. I know we can't like touch it and bring it over so it makes more sense, which makes me wonder how we're ever going to end this. Maybe we just stay live all the time. That works too.
We'll put up the BRB screen and leave the mic on, and then people can hear us like going upstairs into the bathroom and all that.
Yeah, that's another good point, Nas. When you have like made to order, products or whatever, because don't get me wrong, I also do made to order products on my website ish. I have options for buying in like loaves, right? And so you get a discount because you're buying, 12 at a time. And the thing on the website is, 4 weeks before shipping or whatever. But I also know the ones that sell the most. And so I have a back stock of those soaps already ready to go for when those orders come in. And I just keep replenishing that back stock. They're cured. They've lost all their water weight. They're ready to go. So I don't have to make the end user wait 4 weeks for that. Like, that's weird to me. But, fine. But if you were spending less time on Facebook / my YouTube channel /
yeah,
all of the craziness.
If you're scouring the entire world of the internet to make sure that no one has slighted you, then you wouldn't have nearly as much time to get your job done and have a backstock of soaps.
Right. You could actually get that stuff done.
It's amazing.
Again, I spent the last 2 weeks working, so I don't know. Danielle just said, leave it on. It'll be like a Big Brother live stream. Yeah, we could totally do that because the dogs actually, this is where they go to bed. Behind this chair is their big dog room back here. And so you could watch them come through. You could watch the cats bounce around. You could watch me stumble in here at 4 o'clock in the morning and, you know, check things.
Checking the Discord.
Right, got to check the Discord.
And the Twitch.
Say hi. And the Twitch, yeah.
You might catch a Twitch Aussie live stream.
It doesn't take that, Kate. It doesn't take that long to 3D print something like that small. Okay, actually, 3D printing takes a long time, and I know this because I got a 3D printer for my birthday back in June, and because of all of this,
we've started printing things.
Because we're like, what is the problem here? What's going on? You know, whatever. How difficult is all of this? And the first print that I did.
Oh, that was a monster, though.
That was a monster.
The first print that this printer ever did was 18 hours.
Yeah.
But it was a beast. It filled the whole bed. It was a lot. It's about, 5 inches
Oh, we
tall.
found the real one.
What?
Look at that. Look at that right there. We found the real one. Phil's replies to me on the commenter called him out with the difference between DMCA and cease and desist. You are a real one. You are a real one.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing. I loved that. We were having comments in the Discord about how you just need to come sit at our table, which is apparently the Mean Girls table. Because again, that's an easy stereotype to make. So whatever.
On what day do we wear pink?
On Wednesdays we wear pink. But you know, Whaley's out there trying to make fetch copyright happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You will never make fetch ownership happen. But anyway, what were you talking about? I'm sorry. I just somebody outed themselves and I love it. You're now going to be removed from their page and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, because that's what they've been doing, going through all the comments.
Yeah. Now you're no longer welcome to be a contributor to their page or a customer.
Right. You can't be a customer.
No, I bet they'll still take your money.
You're not allowed to have opinions outside of their sphere. You can't just opinion, because at any point they're going to remove you as a customer. Seems legit.
That's a very specific type of person.
Kaylee, don't real name her. But yeah, it is Denise, that's what we're talking about. The time of the mold. It took me 16 hours for the first print. It was 16 hours, right?
It was 16 or 18, yeah.
Yeah, and it printed 3 molds on the same board. So I had 3 molds in the same print on the same board. And yeah, it was a 16-hour print. But I had messed some stuff up because I made whatever. It's a learning process, but it's not a long learning process is the thing. Like, it's not.
No, it was about
just software.
It was about a 2-day learning process. And those stamps I made, they printed in 48 minutes with the final version. I mean, start to finish. Yeah,
so you guys saw the Instagram where I did the mouth on the Sanderson sister soaps? He figured that guy out from a screen cap, actually, because that's how easy it is to make 3D, you know, designs.
Yeah, you take your line art, you extrude it. I added a little fucking base and a handle, but
did the thing. And
yeah, that was like 2 hours all in.
So it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one worked. But yeah, the first time it was kind of long, and so depending on the mold, it kind of can take a while. But again, if you have 36 printers working 24 hours a day,
it can't take 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Wild. And so it makes me wonder: are you guys just like messing off because like this is the business model, and you realize I have no idea? It's all just shit talking supposition at this point. There is obviously no backup with any of this. I don't know these people.
We absolutely have no idea how they spend their days and what sort of work they're doing and not doing. Why the lead times are apparently 4 weeks now, right? But that's been shortened on the website because it used to be longer than 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. There were people that were messaging me saying that the lead times have been reduced since my video, which I found interesting because it is the busy season. So wouldn't your lead time? Because my lead times increase on my wholesale orders in like next week.
Right.
They increase if you don't get your orders in by like October 5th or whatever deadline I get my wholesale orders.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done.
Because
Don't bother placing
everyone
another
else
order.
has already placed their wholesale order, and they're fucking huge.
Right.
Because they're trying to stock up for all of November, December.
Right, but they know about that just all the time. They just know that that's the thing.
Yes.
And
retailers know that.
right, and
People
so
who supply retailers know that.
right, but even then, during this time of the year, wouldn't your lead times be increasing because so much busier and whatever?
But someone said something about their ridiculous lead times.
Apparently, they used to be like 6 or 7 weeks, and they've decreased to 4. I don't know. I'm not paying that much attention to them.
I can go to my website and I can delete the 7 and type in a 4. That doesn't mean lead times have actually decreased. Right. It just means what you're advertising has gotten smaller. I guarantee it's still 7 weeks.
Yeah.
If their volume increases like everyone else's does around this time of year, reduce it. You can't just delete a number on the website and change it to something lower and reduce your lead times.
Well, I'm saying, like, again, pure speculation, and I have no idea or whatever, but maybe they could actually reduce their lead times if they actually started working their business instead of just like waiting until the 11th hour. Like, oh my gosh, the order that came in 4 weeks ago, we actually do have to ship it tomorrow. Can you print that? Oh, fine, I guess. I'll do the thing.
So, it only takes 2 hours to print to be ready in the morning.
It's all good.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just, this is weird. I have no idea. And yeah, to Jennifer's point, yeah, they don't have, well, I don't know if that's why their lead times are reduced, but that they have a lead time like that at all suggests to me that they don't have nearly the business that they're claiming to have. Because if you were actually that busy, you would have, again, like I said in that video, I think they're the example of failing up. So this isn't really fair. Maybe they do have, although they put their financials online. So anyway, if you were actually consistently getting X number of doll hairs coming in every month, you would be efficient and logic this out and just make sure that your production time could be lessened and consistent. I have no idea. And I don't care. I don't give a crap what happens to cicada molds one way or the other. I literally don't. I made my video. I gave the information to you guys about copyrights and copyright misuse, which is an actual legal term that they're doing and have admitted to it in their comments.
As part of their bullying tactics.
While they have active threats of litigation out there. So that seems weird.
Yeah, what they're doing, allegedly.
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged.
Hey, I'm going to go refill my thing, yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly refill your thing.
Track of that.
All right. I'll try to remember that there's a chat.
Don't do anything you get sued for.
But no, what they're allegedly doing is just a 100% abuse of the copyright and the DMCA system. And they're using it to bully people. They're making false claims, false accusations, because they believe that the people they're coming against won't fight them, won't, file the counterclaim or take them to court or put the effort in. And I know that a lot of people just don't want to deal with it. You get a DMCA takedown for something that someone says they own, and you just take that one product off your website so you can move on because you don't want to lose 10 days of revenue or deal with any legal complications. But that's what they're banking on. And from what I've learned about them in the last couple of weeks, it's sort of the people they are. Like, it's not just the business, but it's who they are personally, is what it seems. That they believe that everyone is out to get them, and they are literally out to get anyone that would take a penny out of their pocket. And they have gone down this road of what is easy is filing these DMCA takedowns. You can hurt people financially without any sort of recourse or repercussion, because all they have to do is say they have a copyright. All they have to do is tell your web provider that they own something. Whether or not they even do, they don't even have to have filed for a copyright. I mean, they had not filed for a copyright for anything when they started this. But like Mr. Serpent Clay and I were discussing earlier, eventually they are going to do this to someone that will destroy them. They're going to, because of the arrogance, keep climbing the ladder. They've gone against people that they believe are weaker than them in this particular arena, and they've gone against people they believe they can bully and harass and push around. Eventually they're gonna do this to someone that they have misperceived, and that someone is going to destroy their business if they haven't already done it internally, because they do like to keep stoking the flames to the fire, to the house they've already set on fire. It was very subtle. Welcome
good?
back.
I'm back. Yeah.
Just talking about them burning their own house down, and how they want to keep bullying and harassing. Eventually they're going to do this to someone they don't realize is bigger than them, and they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah, and that's like, it's what all the attorneys said that I was talking to about all of this. And then ultimately, the attorney that I always go to for, okay.
Yeah, because Cato, we have those and we talk to them.
I sure do.
You should look into that.
But yeah, that was their big thing. Well, ultimately their big thing was still like the actual trademark attorneys. Like, this is not a copyright thing, but okay, cool. I'm following you down this weird thing. Mm-hmm. But with all of the rest of them, it was like, why are they doing this? Why? What you said in your video is accurate. That they're weirdly shining a spotlight on something that's going to hurt them. Why? And then ever since, they've just been running their mouths. Why do you keep doing that? Do you not like your business?
Why do you keep pouring gasoline on your house that's on fire? This is the thing that I guess really needs to be communicated. We don't care. We are not affected. We're not bath bomb mold makers. We're not. What else would they be?
I don't.
Whatever realm they're associated with affects us not at all.
I don't care.
And I would say most of your audience, most of your customers, most of just your people, this doesn't affect. Whether or not Cater exists or implodes doesn't matter. We don't care. You just won't stop talking about her specifically. So we're here. And we'll keep addressing that.
Not even me. Like, whatever. Like I said, oh yeah, girl, run that game. I don't care. I don't care.
But, do it on the up and up. Do it properly.
Yeah, but
professionally. Let's talk about their professionalism.
Oh yeah, the professionalism.
Oh God. Immaculate. What was it?
Oh yeah, that comment was
dignity?
Great. Yeah.
Immaculate. You don't know what either one of those words mean.
Yeah, that comment was great. Like, one of their people were like, "Oh, so impressed at how you were able to, respond to an hour and a half of just insults and blah 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 with just such immaculate professionalism and dignity." And it's like, I mean, they started this by running everybody through the mud in the first place. With the aforementioned trying to feed me to the wolves with the public thing. They started it publicly by even talking about it. And you should see, those are things that I actually didn't put into the Kata video. Talked about it, but didn't actually put the assets in. The emails that they sent to the people that they had done this to. And the emails that those people had sent, like the one email in question that they were specifically, I guess, addressing with that initial post like a month ago or whatever, the email that the other business that had received, from what I believe is a false DMCA takedown, happened a month after it occurred, that they sent the email. And it was so nice. Like, this is not an email I would have sent to someone that had done this to me. It was conciliatory. It was humble. It was kind. It was professional. And Bill decided to pop off with, "Oh, no, I hate you. You're awful. And, whatever. And you got removed from the bath bomb mold group." Oh, that's another thing. got removed from the bath bomb mold group because we found out that you make bath bomb molds. What happened to this public thing about how bath bomb mold makers are totally allowed to be there? Why did you put that in writing to a bath bomb mold maker that the specific reason they removed from your site, your little group thing, was because they make bath bomb molds?
Yeah, when they have posted that bath bomb mold makers are totally welcome in their group.
Yeah. Oh, we got a real one. A real one's coming to the Sudzer fam. Hey, thank you. It's delightful to have you with us. Thank you. She's a real one. But yeah, and then just the actual, talking about professionalism and shit, and people like trying to paint me in some sort of, oh my God, I can't believe how mean she was. Hey, you haven't seen my mean. Yeah, I was raised by Eminem and just like gangsta rap in general before Eminem became a thing.
Yeah, we can go the scenic route.
We can go the scenic route. That's what they're doing right now. We're going the scenic route. They actually have had multiple outs of all of this. The first out would have been just issuing an apology saying, okay, yeah, no, we did this and I guess we did it wrong and we're super sorry. Just issue an apology.
Yeah.
But they're just going to double down because that's professionalism for you. But the people that are big mad that, whatever, and look at how professional they are, cool. You may not understand the behind the scenes, but what you do see going on their public forum, which they acknowledge is a public forum. My Discord server, again, by the way, is not. It is not. That is actually against the law. So, wow, that's a thing. Professional. And then they allow all of this hateful shit to just exist. Like this hateful, awful thing, naming me by name, naming other creators by name, just all of the dogpiling.
Yeah, part of being professional is curating your professional pages.
Is curating your actual audience. And the Sudzers know. There are Sudzers in this chat right now that have been on the receiving end of me, no matter how much I love you. Over the course of the last 2 years, seeing a comment that you made that's like, I don't know. That's going to make people feel kind of bad. But I have stepped in and I have either said, no, we're going to stop this, or I've just deleted the things. What you will not find on that Kata video is any sort of disparaging comments towards Kata at all. Nothing. No ad hominem attacks, nothing. People attacking the actions, attacking and criticizing the behaviors, never the person. And they're just letting all of that shit, massive, crazy attacks on a person, exist out there in the ether. And not only they're not only letting it, they are leaning into it. So that's weird.
That's anti-professionalism.
That's the absolute opposite.
If you as a business are going to run social media, part of your job is to curate that social media, is to eliminate that sort of thing, is to remove bigotry and harassment and shit talking that has no place there.
Yep.
And them encouraging it and engaging in it rather than removing it and saying, no, that's not what we do. That is the opposite of professional.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a business. Yep. It's like that bar or that brewery in Tacoma that just lost their shit. It's what they're doing. Yeah.
Oh, the brewery. Oh, yeah. That's a fun story. First, I need you to look at Heather's. People should know better than to go after a Highlander and his kin.
They absolutely should.
That's awesome. I appreciate that comment so much.
Sometimes they learn that too late.
Yes, they do. But yeah, no, that's it. It's the exact same thing as that. There is a brewery here in Tacoma. Well, so I guess not here, but here adjacent. That
across the bridge.
A few years ago, there was a person had made a review, and the review ultimately, as far as star ratings and everything went, it was really good, right? It was decent. I mean, it was like 3.5, 4 stars, whatever. Had a lot of nice things to say about the actual establishment, whatever, and a couple of the other brews. Fine, cool. And then they said, like in regards to like an IPA or something, I've never had to actually spit a beer out because they're doing a taste. They're doing a flight, right? That's the whatever. And they said I've never had to actually spit a beer back into the glass. And the owner of this establishment decided to pick that fight, I guess. And they
publicly online.
Publicly online. And they responded with something to the effect of, why don't you spit that back into your boyfriend's mouth, insert homophobic slur here. And then, you know, when people saw that, went, whoa, no, not cool, bro. What are you doing? They doubled down and tripled down and just continued. And we in real time watched their business die.
Yeah, it was quick with that one. I mean, it was a couple of weeks. Yep. And they just imploded. But they also wouldn't stop talking.
They wouldn't stop talking. They needed to just stop talking for a little bit and just do the conciliatory thing. Like I said, the Cicadas still have an out.
That was exactly what the Cicadas are doing. That is the just perfect example of anti-professionalism. They took it personally. They went at it personally. And they just lost their mind.
Right.
The brewery, Kate as well, with things on fire.
Right.
But the brewery specifically is what I'm talking about.
Right.
They just wouldn't stop.
Right.
They just personally couldn't stop reacting and engaging and commenting. And, you know, they went from, like a 4.8 star review to like a 1 star review over the course of 2 weeks.
No,
with all of this.
4 star to a 1 star over the course of maybe like 3 or 4 days, because it became worldwide pretty quick because they're a brewery.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And
yeah, because they are a nationally distributed brewery.
Yeah, and so it was wild, but that's literally what the Cicadas are doing right now in this, like, attacking, because that's effectively what they're doing, is attacking their customer base by having an opinion elsewhere. Right, you know what I mean? Right.
And I guess they are technically also nationally distributed.
And it's just, it's a bad move if you want to continue being a business. Like,
there are just so many things that you don't get to do as a business in the public eye.
Right.
At all.
Right.
Ever. I mean, even for me, I'm
don't get to do that.
I'm behind this weird wall that no one really is even familiar with.
I mean, like 70% of your job is being mean, but being mean, like, professionally.
Right, but that is my job.
Right.
Like, if they could write that in the job description, they would. But
being mean legally, because you got to write it into the contract.
Right. Everything is governed by legal and
right.
corporate counsel. And we have lots of conversations about, why did you say this?
Right.
Well, because I wanted to. We also have lots of conversations about, hey, I would like to say this. And they're like, don't do that.
Right.
We do this. But I exist in this industry that confuses people. So most of what I do is just behind this wall of confusion. No one actually understands, what's occurring. But I also have to be professional. And we work on a national and international level, and we're going to see each other again, like
right.
all of us, with this very weird incestuous group of
right.
lots of people that we have to, go on to the next thing. And my livelihood depends on sometimes, your opinion of me.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
yes, that's
and
it.
I have to be nasty, but in a professional way.
Exactly. And that's the thing that, like, I don't think they care about it. So it's like what I said in my video, if this is which they also pointed to as like, well, this is a proof of defamation, because I gave my opinion and was like, hey, I don't know, high level, it's this, or, best case, it's this, worst case, whatever, I don't know where they fall. But for me, if this is the way they treat their peers, you have to wonder how they treat their customers. Yeah. That's defamation. Whatever.
In what way has that defamed you?
Yeah.
If you treat your peers shitty, I wonder how you treat your customers.
Exactly.
Please have your attorney write me a letter explaining how that is defamation.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing. You have to continue dealing with your peers in this life. And so, what the person on their page commented, a cease and desist is a cease and desist. A DMCA takedown is built to destroy businesses. If that wasn't your goal, don't do it. And all of the things that they are saying about how, well, we didn't have anything to do with that. That's the site. That's the platform. That's the host. We didn't know that. They're hosted on GoDaddy. They're also hosted on GoDaddy. So the example that I gave in the video about GoDaddy, that's where their website is hosted as well. So you didn't read your own TOS to know that just by nature of filing a DMCA, which you know is false, apparently, according to the comments that you've been making on your own threads, you understand that you don't own the copyright to the STL files. You do not own the copyright to the bath bomb molds. You own the copyright to a picture.
And also something that I keep saying, because
like a picture.
This just bothers me, is DMCA, are you going to take a copyrighted work there?
I just took a picture and I can copyright that now. Cool, right?
To all the 3D bath bomb mold makers, DMCA is not for you. It was created, lobbied for, to protect...
For the movie and music industry.
Warner Brothers, Sony Music Studios, you know, fucking Disney. Like, this is why DMCA exists. It's anyone else using it is abusing the system because we didn't put enough restrictions and regulations in it when it was created.
Right.
But it came from those lobbies.
Right.
From big time music and movie industry. Not Bobby Joe bath bomb maker who can now, because of this big federal protection regulation for these big money companies, they can also go online, type a couple things, and strike someone.
Right.
And kill their revenue for 2 weeks.
Right.
Which for some people is a big deal.
Well, for everybody, it's a big deal.
And for Bill to say in one of his comments, you know, we're not trying to hurt anyone. That is the only thing you accomplish.
Right.
By filing a DMCA takedown on someone's website. That
exactly.
is it. The only thing you have accomplished is financial pain.
Yep.
You are, maybe you're not there where you realize that hurts someone, but it would hurt you.
Right. Maybe you didn't mean to because you didn't read the things, but that's not really an argument that you can bring in court. So I feel like I've been doing this way too much. I'm very sorry, Sudsers. I'm obviously not flipping you off. You're delightful.
Ignorance
Love
is not
you
a defense.
Ignorance is not a defense.
Actually,
it is.
If you have violated a copyright, it is a defense.
Yep.
If you actually honestly
in certain
didn't
circumstances, it actually is a defense.
So,
but not in the circumstance that they're abiding under.
For the cadres,
I didn't know that this was going to be an issue.
A defense, but for the people they filed against, ignorance is absolutely a defense.
Exactly, it is a defense, but not the way they're doing it.
We're not lawyers, and we're not giving legal advice.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Opinion.
Yeah, Shells, I saw your comments, and you know you've always been a real one. I love the shit out of you, but you are, it's logic and reason, and it doesn't. Like, these things aren't tracking. And that you're able to do it so nicely is so delightful to me also, too, as well. I've always forgotten that part, like doing it tactfully. And as people are pointing out, there's a nice way to do it. Hi, Scout. What you doing?
Oh, I just came to ask.
We're on a live. Do you want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Without your iPad?
You gonna sit down and... You sit down and have a conversation?
I'm stealing Dad's chair.
All right. You can steal Dad's chair. All right. Don't bump that because that's where the mic is.
Okay. Yeah. You got to stay right there. Not spin, not move. Okay.
Cool.
So the mic is here. If you want to talk, you have to go towards here.
Okay.
Like it. You want to say hi?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, zombie.
You don't have to get up on it, though. They can hear you right there.
Pretty good. So what are you doing today?
Hanging out with Kaylee.
Cool. Hanging out with Kaylee. Look, everybody's saying hi. You see him?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Scooping the chair.
So we're having a conversation about the Katas. Do you know who the Katas are?
Whaley and the other person?
Yeah, Bill and Whaley. That's it.
Yes, Bill and Whaley.
Yep.
Cool.
That's right. We're just kind of talking about the wildness that's been happening.
Bill and Whaley suck.
Well, that's not nice. Allegedly. Also, it's not defamation to say that someone sucks. So, you know, if you'd like to send a cease and desist to my 8-year-old, that would be actually pretty much par for the course with what you've been doing so far.
Don't they dare.
More
Don't
bullying tactics.
Don't you dare. Don't they dare.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Hey, we can't touch this because it makes the mic sound weird. Okay? Thanks. So everybody's saying hi. Do you love that? Ready for school tomorrow? Shell's just asked, are you having a good day? You ready for school?
Yes, I'm ready for school tomorrow.
What are you doing in school tomorrow?
I don't know.
It's one of the last days of the reading. Baby.
I'm done.
Thank you. It's one of the last days of the readathon.
Yeah.
How many minutes have you read? Do you know? Do you remember?
600 something.
694 so far. What was your goal? 500 was your goal. 600 was Ao's goal. So what does that mean?
You have to donate the amount of money that you would have donated for A1 school.
So that means I'm $1,000 poorer because she actually hit and exceeded that goal. It's good. I actually love giving mine the PTA. It's awesome, and I'm proud that you did a good job. You set a goal and you surpassed that goal. You put your head down. You did your work.
Has A1 gotten to her goal yet?
Not quite yet. She's got a couple more days. Yeah. Oh, I think we will. She'll hit it. She's determined. Oh my goodness. All right, so you're gonna head back upstairs. Okay. Thank you, because you're ruining all of the albums here. They've been up here for like 4 months, and you haven't touched them yet. It's very interesting that the first time you decide to mess with them is when we're on a live. Don't break them. They're still in the cellophane. Did you know that? Yes. I can see that. You can see it?
Right there.
Yeah.
Can I have a snack though?
You can have a snack. Thanks for coming down and asking. Bye. Did you say goodbye to the people? You don't want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I will come next live video. I will.
You know you can take her at her word. Yep. She'll definitely come for the next live video. Yes, Chef, she did. She surpassed her lead time on that reading for sure. Yep.
Did she mention why she actually came down here?
For a snack.
Oh, okay.
Kelsey, same with the for the reading minutes. You'd go broke. I sent this to my mom. I normally don't send all the fundraiser things to my parents or anybody because it's like we're always raising money. So I'll just cut a check,
The school is always raising.
We're always raising money, and so I just cut a check for what otherwise we would have like raised. But for this one, I thought it would be funny to send it to my mom because the readathons were always the ones where she would go broke because she would pledge X amount of, money for a page or a minute or whatever. And I would like quadruple that because I love to read.
Yeah, she started fudging your records.
Yeah, she's like, no, she did not read that much. She read 20 minutes. Here's $1. Became a lot. But, oh yeah, don't forget your iPad. Just heard it go off.
There you are.
Bye.
Take your noise upstairs, though. Yeah. What'd you get?
The first thing I thought put in that other box.
You got some fudge stripes.
Nice.
I love fudge stripes. They're awesome.
Good choice.
I'm gonna get you a snack from.
We can't really eat.
No, I'm good. People don't like it when I eat.
Okay, bye.
It's weird. But yeah, no, it was a good time with the readathon doing the thing. So I'm glad you guys got to see Scout. I'm shocked that they pulled themselves away from their friends and Roblox because that's their Sunday. They get to just be on their iPads all day.
Yeah, our neighbour's kid is still here. I just noticed. Look, I've not heard her make a sound.
She doesn't
all
ever
day,
make sounds.
But she's been here, I think, all day.
KK is always very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just saw her in the room when I went up.
Yeah. So I left it with Scout that, because she said that Bill and Whaley suck.
Yeah, so that's a thing I ran across. That is called vulgar abuse.
Vulgar abuse.
That is completely fine. It's not considered defamation. Like, you can call anyone any name you can think of. So if you want to say, hey, they suck, it's called vulgar abuse. They might take offense to it, but there is no legal action you can take against it. And I love that. I've learned that term. I'm going to define it that way when people take offense.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Yeah, well, it's called vulgar abuse.
It is what it is.
That's the legal term for it, and
you know what else?
I'm allowed to do it.
You know what else is a legal term? Copyright misuse.
Yeah, it is, and that's something the cadres are specializing in. I
mean, apparently, allegedly, I don't know.
Allegedly,
it's not like they've admitted to it multiple times
Is it still
on multiple platforms.
Is it still alleged when they have actually admitted to it? When they've said, yeah, this is what we're doing. My favorite is when they say, let's not worry about what DMCA is or what we should or shouldn't have done. Let's talk about something else. I have totally forgotten that we had live chat going again. I'm going to check this out for a minute if you don't mind. Yeah, I don't care if I eat either. But, some people have a problem with that. Roblox. Roblox is a terrible game on the Xbox and the iPad. It feels like it's always in beta, that it's never really dialed in. People can just make their own levels or their own games, and I feel like it's a lot of 8-year-olds making their own games and levels of this thing, and so it constantly crashes and glitches and it's awful, but they all play it all the time. It's like a combination of a terrible Minecraft with a terrible Sims port sort of thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kaylee. This particular thing, this has become a mild irritant, like you've got a splinter or something, and it just you keep rubbing it and it won't go away, sort of thing. And it's really gotten under my skin with this cicada like non-stop thing. It's been a couple of weeks now that they won't stop talking, and then they've even told, they've made comments. They've told people on their page that she just won't stop. Mrs. Serpent Clay just won't stop. Well, she's not said anything for 15 days now. We put out a video. She put out a video, and then there's absolutely nothing. We've said nothing about Kayla. We moved on. We go do our jobs and live our lives, and they've not stopped that whole time. And so we keep reading it and looking over it and seeing what they're doing, and it's gotten to the point where it's so irritating that it has to be addressed. And so now that I'm here with her addressing it, I'm totally like in that zone, and I'm just sort of forgetting, the normal things that we do when we're live and we're just engaging and having a chat, because it's been so egregiously irritating, really. And usually when we're doing a live, I'm really very focused on the chat and interacting. So I will attempt to be better at that and try to catch up and see what everyone's saying. I hope you've been, keeping up with the chat and addressing things. Because I keep saying, I just keep kind of forgetting we have the live chat here because I'm just going off.
I should be doing more, but honestly, like all of this, it's a little bit unsettling because ever since our mouse died, all I've been thinking about is how literally do we end this when it's time to end? And so I've just been kind of pretending like, oh, hi camera. This is just like normal filming. It's all good.
I know the keyboard shortcuts and
all good.
That. How long have we been going? Do we need to be ending?
Oh, I don't know. 1:40.
Yeah, we've been going for a minute.
But Shell's saying she's still addicted to Disney Dreamlight. Same.
All right. Okay.
So
I don't understand. You talk about this. I'm going to take a little break.
We have to talk about all the awesome things that are happening in October, right? First up, October is happening in October. And that's like the best month ever. Fight me. It's true. On the 12th, or maybe the 10th, the new update for Disney Dreamlight, that is Scar and Toy Story, apparently, coming out. So excited. Yeah. On the 21st, we're getting a new album for the Taylor Swift wall. That's very exciting. Also, let's talk about, like a good business owner there. Taylor Swift, not the Cadus. Also, Bill, I know you're in here because I can see who's watching the video even if you're not commenting. Mr. IT guy that knows IT. Why are you using your company Cool. Awesome. Hi. Welcome. Anyway, Taylor Swift, right? Great business owner. I would like to talk about how amazing and completely badass it is that she has effectively released Folklore and Evermore were both sneak albums, right? We didn't know that they were coming. Dropped them, immediately broke records. This new album, she gave some, she gave us warnings. She gave us a month advance. New albums coming out. Immediately broke record sales. We have yet to hear a song from that album. Like, that's how badass you are. Strive to be Taylor Swift. Like, just in general, in anything in life, strive to be that awesome that you can just drop something, like announce that you're dropping something, and immediately hit record numbers without giving just a sampling of what the album is going to be. Because we have no idea. What kind of music is she going to be doing? Is it still going to be like the Folklore, Evermore type stuff? Or is she going to go back to like pop, like Lover or Reputation, which I don't have? Because that was in her old label with her dead name. So it's badass. So 2. Yeah, everybody say hi to Bill. Hi, Bill. He's here. Cool. But yeah, Cass, hi. Cass, you're still here. I'm sorry that you are here for this. You know me as a completely different human in general than this. It's like I was telling all my Twitch people. I'm like that. Whatever video you're coming in on for anything involving Kata, so the last one and now this one, that's not what we normally do. But yes, new update on the 12th or 10th coming up very, very soon. And I'm so excited. And that Disney Dreamlight Valley, that was a cash cow for Disney and Nintendo and Gameloft and all the things. That is just, and Microsoft actually, because it's also on Game Pass. So that's nice. When different companies like that have competing, they're in competition all the time. It's really nice when competing brands can come together and collaborate and everybody succeeds.
What would it be like if maker companies did that sort of thing?
Well, it would be like the maker community if maker companies did that, because that's what we do. If you tried to do it the other way, like the K does, hi, Bill.
Hello. I just wanted to lead into that so I could say there's been a lot of research, there's been a lot of brain power put into looking into what Kata has done, what can be proven, this sort of thing. What we have learned is in the maker community, the suppliers of the maker community, there is only one company that has done this sort of thing against their fellow makers. Just one.
While claiming that they're not trying to stamp out competition. And to the example that I gave in the DMCA video, I could do that if I were a deplorable.
Yeah.
Every person that is like, come with me for this ride. New soap makers that are coming on the scene, whatever. I could look at your website and go, hey, I sold a bar that's red, black, and white in a monstrous roll pattern before you did. I can prove that. And I guess by technicality, because I took the picture, because that's what they have a copyright on. It's the picture on their website. Did you use the picture? No, but did you make it? Yeah, so I can prove that I did it first, therefore your website goes down for 2 weeks.
And there's nothing to stop you from filing that.
And there's nothing to stop me from filing that. And
whether it's true or not.
And all of the bullshit, and that's what I mean. Bill saying, oh, yeah, it's not up to me and I didn't know. You should have, because again, you're hosted on the same platform that you're specifically bringing up. Go, Daddy.
And if you don't know, look at what you're filing before you file it.
Exactly. Read it. Read it before you click the button under penalty of perjury.
What does this do? If I do this, what are the repercussions?
Where's my why you always lying? This were a curated video that would have dropped again. I didn't actually have time to do a curated video on this, and it's actually not worth that time. So it's more fun to do it this way. Yeah, so D, I can see everybody who's watching, whether or not they're commenting on the chat, because That's how technology works, Mr. IT. So, yeah. Hi.
In his defense, he did say he, took some classes in IT. He didn't say he's
No.
like,
I have no, he said in one of his comments that he, like, when he's trying to explain how stuff works to somebody who's given them some pushback in the comments following their public response, that he has 15 years in IT.
doing what?
Making bad choices, apparently. I don't know. You can't even figure out your email servers.
Hopefully he's not administrating Outlook or something. What sort of IT? Whatever.
Well,
This
Kate,
is
he might be
borderline.
able to spell repercussions if he copied and pasted that, but he wasn't even able to spell designs in the first third of the first page. Yeah, I'm using that twice because it actually fit both times, both in the copyright filings and in his cease and desist. He spelled designs, DESGIGNS.
Decisions.
Decisions.
Maybe that means something to him. It's like a special code.
How can you...
He's not concerned with the designs. He's concerned with the decisions. We've been wrong this whole time.
Oh, God.
I got to look up the definition of decisions
I might...
before we can move forward.
I might have defamed. Did I say decisions? No, it was literally to the point where because he was quoting a, in the thing, he was quoting a screen.
Yeah, I totally know what
like
you're
a
talking
title
about.
screen that I put over and overlay with
And he
the
misspelled
text.
it.
And I immediately, at that point, I went to that because they time-stamped their freaking cease and desist.
No, I did the same thing, though. I went to the timestamp to see if it was misspelled.
Yeah, because I'm like, shit, did I misspell that in my video?
Did he actually word for word this? Nope, he misspelled it, retyping
It
it.
didn't. It's exactly like Kofefi,
which was
Curtis.
like-
It's exactly like Kofefi.
Misspelling it was fine when, it was just the letter. But then they come out later and say they painstakingly poured over this for days to get it word for word. And you've done that, so let's say days, let's just say 2, right?
Oh no,
Let's
I
give
think
the
it was
minimum.
it was a full goddamn 8 days. They painstakingly.
I
They
think
don't.
so.
They like 2 brains.
I think so too, but I'm going to benefit of a doubt when you say days, you mean 2 days.
Sure.
Because that's the minimum
Sure.
that you did if you say days.
Right, plural. Otherwise, you're lying.
So for 2 days, you watch this video over and over to get things in their words, like word for word, verbatim, got to capture it exactly. And then you misspell it when you're typing it into your cease and desist letter. Like, this is 2-finger angry typing. Just, fuck you.
And that's literally what all of the correspondence I've ever had with them have been, like 2-finger angry typing.
Yeah.
Including the email asset that I wanted to show you guys about, whatever was going on behind the scenes with that first post.
We
Like,
can make
wow.
that a PDF and you can link it.
Oh, good idea.
video,
We'll put it
yeah.
as a PDF. All the assets that we were talking about here, we'll put it as PDF and link it in the video.
The excellent reading. Get some hot chocolate.
But yeah, it's literally, it's 2-finger typing, just angry typing. And I'm like, okay, what do we do? Oh,
It's so hard to professionally respond to something like that.
yeah.
It's been.
I love
Kato,
Dee's
you've
comment
been very
there.
entertaining.
You really have been incredibly entertaining.
It's a lot of
I
laughs.
don't. Normally, I would not find my entertainment at another business's the demise of the business. But you again lit a match.
We're not attacking the business. We're just reacting to what they keep saying, and it's funny.
And keep saying, keep saying
It's entertaining. It's hilarious.
on a public forum while you have some spies in my Discord.
What were you saying about a comment? I'm sorry.
Dee's
I ran over that.
comment was gnomes just stand there. What really more to expect? Yep. That's basically it. Oh, and M just said, let's not insult the gnome. Yeah. it could have been, actually, LDS, could have been a 1-finger angry typing. Just pecking things out. I am so mad and I am so right. Okay.
Right, but when you've banged out your 1 or 2-finger angry message, you've still not proved that you're right. It still doesn't make any sense at all.
It's cute. It was a good time.
You've still provided no proof that what has been said about you is wrong.
Yep. And
that's the
again,
thing.
ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I used what little voice I have to shine a light
with
on
your tiny YouTube channel.
with my tiny YouTube channel
Because you
and a
just need
small
attention.
voice, and both of those are true. The just needing attention thing is fucking hilarious, though, to me. The just needing attention, because that video performed basically like the rest of my other videos, especially when you look at Bailey's comment wherein she said that they poured over this for days. So 1,000 of those views have to be them, right?
Thank you.
Thanks for that. It's not monetized, so you know, I'm just my voice is now in your head, and that's a good thing. Hi, Carla. Whatever. Anyway, just with the whole thing, and I have no idea what I was saying because I thought on Bailey for a little bit. What am I doing?
Maybe the chat will remind you, because I actually don't remember.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
What
I don't
was-
care.
what was
Is
the
the point? I don't care. Okay.
You
I
had
just
to be reminded that you don't
I
care.
put a spotlight on the bullshit. That's it. Just like I did with Lush. Just like I do all the time. I did with the cocoa butter industry, with the shea butter industry, with the butterflies in Mexico and avocado oil. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Save the monarchs. I do hope that they're watching and they
Baby said a
realize-
swear.
I do hope that they're watching and they realize that this is just very entertaining and enjoyable. Like, we're here because it's fun, because we enjoy our lives. This was a fun way to spend a couple of hours.
I'm just getting drunk and talking about just weird, crazy things that are happening on the internet right now that didn't have to happen. It's weird. And ultimately, I don't care. I put the information out there to make all of the maker community and small businesses aware that at any point, it's yourself or someone like you.
Yeah, you haven't been hit yet, but the way they're acting, they're going to hit you.
Including
including
all of the people that are out there going, oh my gosh, such good professionalism. What makes you think that they won't turn against you?
Yeah, as soon as you disagree with some little thing they say.
I went through their socials as part of the research for the first video. This is who they are. I was going to title this video a mask off, like Kata's mask off moment.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the idea of mask off, right? You're like removing your facade and showing your true colors.
You
No, baby,
revealed
no.
something that wasn't out there before.
That's always been them. This is who they are. And to the attention bit, they are getting more attention on this post, commenting about this thing, than they do on any of the rest of their shit. Hey, we've got a 25% off sale.
And
Hey,
that's
we have
why
this.
they
Nobody
keep
cares.
talking,
And that's why they
because
keep talking, because they
they
want
need
the
the
attention.
attention.
For me, I went back to my regularly scheduled programming. And then, my business and all the things. But, let's talk about who needs attention. I don't care.
And I'm going to say to everyone what I said to you earlier. What I'm most looking forward to, I mean, the whole time we've been talking about maybe doing this, is their response, their reaction. I can't wait to see how much more they add fuel to their own fire.
Let's do it.
And how much they just implode.
Thank you, Tara, for putting $5 in the swear jar for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was good.
I mean, I've crossed the swear line a few times. No one's donating for my swearing.
But the accent makes it like, who cares? You know?
I was just going to say that. It's
yeah, the
fine.
accent is just delightful. Are we rage quitting? What are we rage quitting? Who are we rage quitting?
This video, I'm not angry.
Autumn, that's the video you finally subscribed to me. You subscribed to me on like my meanest, worst video ever. It wasn't a bad video. It was actually really nice. But everybody's saying, like, it was a good video. But everybody's saying that it was just terrible. Not everybody.
Everybody's not saying that.
No.
No.
I'm leaning into the gaslighting. Because I'm still
Don't
part of
gaslight your own audience.
because I'm still part of all of those channels. It's weird. It is so weird that they are systematically, psychotically just like going through all their things to like figure out, oh, who's in here that we don't like.
Yeah, no.
And I'm still hanging out. And it's not even a fake account. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I can still post screenshots of what you're doing right now.
What are you...
The only reason we don't have them up is because we're broadcasting.
The only reason I don't have them up. Like, I can't, my mouse stopped working.
Yeah, we're there in your head. See it all.
ABC! Yes! Grandmama's J. I know you as a different one. Can you change your name to Real One? Your YouTube name should forever be the Real One. But yeah, trying to put my finger on who the caters remind me of. And then it came to me, Amy's Baking Company. Yes, you remember that from the Kitchen Nightmares thing with Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, yes. Oh,
And
my
that
God,
one in
yes.
Scottsdale?
I forgot all about that.
Shocking. They were crazy. And it's like, oh, that's 100%.
They went out of business too. Yeah.
And LDS is waiting for Cater to rage quit next. I mean, like I said, they still have an out. Their whole out this entire time would have been a mea culpa.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
LDS, Lady Doc Sky.
I know. Is it triggering to you
LDS.
too? Like when I say that?
Who is the Mormon here?
Right.
What are you talking
It's
about?
super triggering to me. Like,
LDS.
oh God.
I just made that connection. I just saw it, yeah.
But-
Like, who the fuck is LDS and why would you identify as that? Okay, there it is.
But
I
yeah,
got it.
they're gonna. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do next. I expected them to implode with this because that's the thing. You have to pay attention to these sorts of things. Again, I haven't said shit about them in 2 weeks,
The shit
and
is
they
not
have spent
random.
the shit is not random. They spent the last 2 weeks losing their
And
minds.
saying you wouldn't quit. That's the thing. Like, she just won't stop, right? That's
She just
something that
won't stop.
Bailey wrote.
I know
Like,
that
she
was
just won't
the.
stop. Like, you haven't done anything at all for 2 weeks.
I just won't
They just
stop.
won't stop, but she's saying she just won't stop. But
I made one video.
I haven't said anything at all about you at all, ever.
Wasn't
The
even
last 2
mean.
weeks.
I'm gonna show you mean.
Oh, it wasn't mean.
People are asking
That's the
about
thing.
like when I'm going to start my TikTok, and honestly, with these thousands of screenshots that I've capped,
Oh, God.
I could just make my entire TikTok like a series, like a series of "So You Admit It," and just like them with like the shark mold or whatever. So you admit it, you stole from Pink Fong.
Yeah, and just
So
use
you admit
their-
it,
Use
you're-
screenshots of things
Just use
they've
their
said.
shit.
Yeah, you don't need anything else.
I got 6 months of content with all the crap they've been doing the last 2 weeks. It's ridiculous.
And use that.
That would be mean.
What's that background song? I'm gonna show you crazy. There's a song like that.
Yeah, there is a song like that.
I can't remember who it is.
I'm gonna show you crazy. Me neither.
I'm gonna show.
kids
you
would know.
crazy. Yeah,
They love that song.
should-
Oh, we got a tip to the swear jar. Thanks, Tara. You're
Yay.
awesome. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, that's kind of where the whole thing has been for 2 weeks. I have been mostly not giving a shit about all of this and focusing on my own goddamn family. I mean, I know that I don't have 900 kids and all,
It makes it a little easier to focus.
so
on
it makes it
family.
easier to focus.
Actually, no. I'm gonna take that back. If you have 900 children, you probably need to focus more on your family than if you just have a couple.
It's actually true, yeah, because they take
Like,
less
what the fuck are
effort.
they doing?
Right, they take less effort. I know where those two are.
Yeah, but when you have 70,
Plus the
of them-
spare, we've got an extra one. But when you
Yeah,
have 19 million little
and
tiny Tims
always-
running around, I don't know.
we always have an extra or two
Yes, I did steal that from you, Kaylee. I'm sorry.
because that was amazing.
Did you copyright that?
Uh,
Send me
Yeah,
a
she
DMCA.
said something like 500 little tiny Tims running around up in here or something. It was hilarious last time that we were doing something like this.
Hey, Autumn, I appreciate that. You know, like in all actuality, I had a weird moment earlier this week as I was watching, because I go in for my daily like screen gatherings on all of this madness, you know, once a day, whatever. And I was watching them actively admitting that they agreed with everything in the DMCA and the copyright video, that they don't, everything I said, they agreed with. They don't have the ability to file copyrights on the things that they're trying to wield copyright for. And I was like, no, this is actually really bad, because at that moment I realized that it's not just they don't understand, and so maybe they need to be educated. It was at that moment that I realized it was an actual like decision, like a known decision, a conscious effort that they did on their part. And I had this moment of, I don't have a big enough voice to actually talk about that. I don't. And I listened to the Hamilton soundtrack again, like, oh no, it doesn't matter. Just do something. It doesn't matter.
Your voice is big enough, regardless of how big it is.
I don't care whether I have a small voice or a big voice. or whether they think that it's small or big. Again, according to them, I got my tiny YouTube channel, but I've been living rent free in your fucking mind for the last 2 goddamn weeks with my tiny YouTube channel.
And as a fucking tiny business, who the fuck are you to talk about a tiny YouTube channel?
Right.
You have no fucking clue.
Tiny business. Your financials are online. Yep.
They missed that part of the video, I feel.
I know. I think they intentionally did not talk about it.
Like, I know what you have.
Yeah, fair point. That sucks.
And
I shouldn't have done that.
I could show you what I have. We're not going to do that.
But that whole thing, yeah, Baby Rexa, that's right.
Rexa.
I'm going to show you Crazy.
Oh, I'm a Mess. That's one of my favorite songs.
But yeah, that whole thing is just, I don't care whether I actually have the power to make anything change on a big level. We all should be operating under this idea of, on a small level, whatever a voice that we have, using it to better things. And if you feel in your heart of hearts, if after your logic, your rationale, your research, your whatever, that this is something, that anything is something worth putting your voice to, your voice is enough. And you've done your part. And if everybody else does their part, maybe we change things. Insert Taylor Swift's Only the Young, because that was playing in my head at that point. But thank you for your comment. That's very nice.
It all starts with one voice. You can't add to a voice that's not there. And
I'm not going to change the world. And I'm not going to change the perspective of any of the people that are just, saying the things that they're saying about me. And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to reach the people that are capable of nuanced thought, of rational, logical thought. Fundamentalist, black or white, I can't even wade into those waters.
But the voice is calling out the injustice.
And it stands regardless of whether you believe it or not. It just is.
New voices can't join a voice that isn't there. Someone has to start. There has to be an initial voice for everyone who isn't quite there yet, isn't quite ready, isn't strong enough, brave enough, comfortable enough to say something. Someone has to start for everyone else to join.
Right. And at the end of all of this, again, like I said, I have no skin in this game. The only actual accurate thing that they said in regards to me was she doesn't even go here. She's not a part of this. It's true. I don't make bath bomb molds. I don't know anything about the bath bomb world, but that doesn't mean that I can't lend my voice to this, to help the people who were bullied into silence. Because I have no skin in this game. And if you come at me, that's fine.
That's sort of the ultimate goal, I guess, with this is, addressing the bullshit claims they were making, but then also just letting everyone know, like,
this is what's
we're
happening.
in your corner and don't be bullied.
Right.
If
don't
you
do
have been, don't put up with it. And if you need support to push back,
right,
we will do that. We'll give you that support. We'll give you that advice. We'll put you in touch with the right resources if needed. Like, don't lay down and be taken advantage of.
Yeah, exactly.
By anyone ever.
Right. And
know your worth.
That was actually a part that I cut out of the DMCA video, and also a part that I cut out of the copyright, the CADA video. Me getting all fucking weepy and whatever at the end of it, like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If you need help because you can't do it,
this is you
talk
for
to
real.
me. Like, talk to me.
Yes.
I will help in whatever way I can.
Yeah, and that had to be.
Fuck that.
That had to be removed from those things, those reasons, but they don't have to be removed from this.
They don't have to be removed from here. I care. I care.
Real and honest.
Thank you for the very generous. That's amazing. You guys are amazing. This is not what this is. That you don't ever have to give money ever. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for the sticker. Thanks for being you. Thank you guys for all being you. And yeah. So yes, you. Yeah. Thank you.
We are here to help you if you need to battle bullies, if you need to deal with this sort of thing. We do not tolerate bullshit in any form, and we are not afraid of anything.
Nope.
When it comes to this sort of realm, like
I said in that video, I'm not the kind of person that shows my ass. ever. And so you could randomly be the person that comes up to me and says, hey, do you remember what you did in 2003? Literally, I have no idea. But also I know that none of it's bad because I don't live my life worrying and having to remember about the shiesty shit that I did. So
Yeah, when we've talked about this, do you remember what you did and blah, blah, blah? I don't have to.
I don't have to.
I don't have to.
And
because I'm not worried about what I did because it's all fine. You're not going to find anything. No, I don't remember what I did because I don't have to.
And with people like this, they have to. And they start, like I've always said, when liars start lying, let them lie. Let them talk. They stink themselves, and they've done that.
The way they're acting, it just makes me wonder what else they're actually hiding.
Right.
Like, what is there to find?
With the weird deflection that's going on, you really do have to wonder what else they're hiding. But also, Kelly, yes, that is the entire point of the maker community that they are a part of. Ish.
I mean, maybe not for much longer.
We build each other up.
They're trying to isolate themselves.
Everything artistic, this is part of who you are. And, you know, if you can also disagree with that, and you can have your own opinions, and that's fine. But as they are actually showing in real time in the 2 weeks since my video, it is a house of cards, and they are turning a fan on it, and those actions are ultimately hurting them as well as the entire maker community, because now everybody is starting to look at, where did this come from? What is this?
Yeah.
Who dat what it is.
But because they are the first and only company to take this sort of action against fellow makers, they will blow away as ash, and the rest of us will all still be here.
But the entire thing is, like, they're not the actual first company, right, to do this. Like, the most obvious example was the last company that I talked about with all of this, which was Lush. And by their logic, by the copyrights that they have filed and the way that they have filed them, if it were that easy to stop people from making bath bomb molds,
Right.
to stop making the product, Lush would have just copyrighted all of their pictures of round bath bombs and been like, oh no, you can't make round bath bombs anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to copyright the design, the process, the whatever to achieve the end goal. Well, they're not trying to copyright it. They're trying to enforce a copyright of a picture on whatever. Again, it's cool. Copyright misuse. But Lush, if it were that easy, they would have done that thing. They hate that we make bath bombs, just in general, across the board.
Right.
They hate the round ones. They hate the shaped ones. They hate all the ones. If it were that easy to stop people from doing that, they would have just filed a copyright on all of their little artistic photos that they took. Here's a red and blue bomb. Here's a rose bomb. Here's a whatever. No, what did they do? They filed, what, 5? They've attempted, like, I think 5 patents. And only one ended up finally going through. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't have all of that in front of me, 4 patents that failed because, nah, dude, you didn't make baking soda and citric acid a thing. You didn't make 3D mold printing a thing. Stop trying to make ownership fetch happen. Will, Bailey, you're still here. I still see you.
But you know what Lush didn't do? Try to file any copyrights.
Right.
Because
the only way that you can actually shut this down is to go to the patent and or trademark route. Which Bill and Whaley have shown in the last week since they did their public response that they are well aware of. So talk to me again how you're not filing false DMCAs.
But there are the things that you can use to bully other companies, and there are the things that you can use as defensible.
Yeah, JJ, we
bits
just make square molds from now on. Yes, continue.
in court. You got a trademark, you got a patent. You can take that all the way to court. You can say this person violated this thing and it belongs to me. Cater knows. And we need everyone else to know.
Yep.
No, they're acting like they know.
They know. They have said it in so many words.
Cater knows. We need everyone else to know. They are abusing the copyright system. And if you take it to court, I know no one wants to do that. No one wants to go that far. But
and we're not telling you to do that. We're telling you to consult an attorney.
Absolutely not telling anyone to take it to court. But if you do, they will lose. And they know this because they don't actually own control of what they're trying to control.
Exactly.
Lush.
They're abusing copyright.
Lush never filed for a copyright.
They went straight to patents and trademarks.
Because
straight to patents
that
and trademarks
wouldn't go through to court. And that's what Lush's legal department is concerned with. If we do this and we get into a courtroom, can we win?
Yep.
With a copyright, no. So we don't even file them. We don't waste the time.
Right.
With a patent, with a trademark, those are much more in-depth processes to get issued.
Oh yeah, they're expensive. They're
they
years
are
long, and most of
defensible.
the time they don't actually get approved. Case in point, they can't even trademark their own goddamn name. Also, case in point, which is a video that's coming out soon, the process that I told you I would be going through with the trademark, I can't trademark my own name.
And that's very interesting.
And that's an interesting development.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, I 100% can. It just requires a very big legal battle because I was an idiot and didn't trademark my shit, when I started the company. Anyway, this is a lot, and you guys are amazing for being here. And I'm sorry that you just basically got. We don't ever talk about this. This is we have lives to live and things. We are building a house. We have, businesses and jobs and companies to run. We have children to raise. We have all of the cool PTA things. And we have all the things that, we actually care about with you guys, like the making of the soapy things and the talking and the things. And so this was just kind of us randomly unloading. And thank you for being here for that.
It's sort of us discussing and dropping it on you. So.
Yeah, I am too. Everything's a lot. Yeah, we are unloading it all on you guys. So
yeah, we have these
for being
quick
okay with that.
conversations in passing, and it's sort of when we come purposefully sit down with each other, then we also turn the camera on, but we're purposefully sitting down with each other to get through this, to talk this out.
Yeah, and so whatever. It's been a weird ride. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video not in the way that I ended the last video. Because in the last video when I talked about Kada, I said, not going to do it again. And then they proceeded for 2 weeks to do nothing but shitpost on my name. So, cool, weird, awesome. I will not make that claim again. Instead, I think what I'm going to say is, what?
I mean,
you have fucked around. You will continue to find out until you can actually do something about this.
Based on what they've shown us over the last 2 weeks, we're definitely not going to talk about Kada. But I believe
actually this is just fun and way less work than actually putting together a video because edits suck.
Yeah, I feel like this should be pretty free flowing. You're just all done. We show up and push the button and then. It's in the can when we push end.
Yeah, jaded, living in their head rent free. That's what we've been doing. And I'm very, it's weird to know that for the next 2 weeks, we will also be living in their head rent free while they dissect this video and again go through their bath bomb mold maker group list.
Yeah,
trying to
we
figure out
will
where I am.
be actively monitoring everything that's said
I'm still
about
there.
this video. Across all the platforms.
It's not even a fake account.
And also, everything you say
Good night, shells.
gets to us.
Yeah, I know. We see it all.
You don't have any secrets, so try harder. But also, I'm very much looking forward to Kada's reaction. I want to see what they have to say because the last 2 weeks have been amazing.
It's been a lot of a lot of fun.
It's just evidence gathering. Everything they say is incriminating.
Yeah,
and
in their nightmares. Cool, that's fine.
I can't determine how we're living in your head.
Singular head does seem right. JJ, you're good. But anyway, hi everybody. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. We're not going to make this a normal thing, obviously, because this is not what the channel is about. we don't just shitpost. But to the whole thing, if I wanted to the attention and the whatever, I suppose I could make myself a drama channel and I would have millions of subscribers at this point. I don't care about that. I care about you guys, and year 3 is 100% focused on you guys. With, of course, the exception of a random live where we just give you an update on the Kada thing, I guess. Can we do that?
It won't last that long into year 3.
They're not gonna... No, they're... All right. We'll see. Time will tell with this. But, yeah.
Kada, what's good?
Kada, what's good? Does anybody know what that reference was? I'm just wondering. Because I had to... clue Mr. Soap and Clay in on that.
Yeah, no, I've heard what's good for years, but had no idea where it came from.
It's
And
definitely going out
amazing.
with a bang. But do you guys know the reference to the title screen? The K to What's Good? I mean, that lives in my head rent free every single day. The What's Good. The actual reference to that. And I almost put her in the... It wasn't a spoiler for year 3, Em. I was just saying we're focusing on you. Yes, Kaylee, that's it.
There it
Miley,
is.
what's
Miley,
good?
what's good?
Yep. That was one of the most iconic things to ever occur ever in the history of whatever.
Yeah, I had no idea that had ever happened.
And
until,
Mr. Soap and Clay was
yesterday.
like, you should put in a picture of Nicki Minaj doing the What's Good. And then I showed him the picture that I was thinking about putting the thumbnail. And he's like, actually, yeah, you have that same energy. So
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's okay.
Because there's that scene where, she's mic'd, Nicki Minaj is mic'd saying what's good. And then the camera goes back to her after Miley started talking and she's like, what's good?
Yep.
And she's still saying it, like yelling it, but she's not mic'd so you can't hear it.
Yes,
and
the
that was just
VMAs,
the
Melinda.
best.
Exactly. Soap Chef. Yes, all of it. Yep. And I, too, am excited for year 3. For those of you who know what's going on in year 3, I know that it's been a lot. Also know that I'm just giving you one more thing between now and the end of the year. And then we're going to chill out until like mid-December. Okay? I promise. I promise. But it's been so much fun. Just across the board. Doing all the prep work for year 3 and everything. And I'm super duper unbelievably excited for all of it. It's going to be cool. Also, you guys are cool. I'm me and awkward and high. And I'm a mean girl, body shamer, attention seeker. And on Wednesdays, we wear pink. So
I will be wearing my pink shirt on Wednesday.
let's wear some pink on Wednesdays, I
With
guess.
my motorcycle helmet. I've got one of those. I've got a pink shirt.
Yeah. So, you want spoilers for year 3. Year 3 is going to be awesome. Spoiler.
Spoilers upcoming.
We are going to take a couple weeks off, though, between the year 2 and year 3, because I genuinely do need to catch up with... I got to get the rest of my wholesale orders done before...
You've got to do your job.
I got to do my
You've
job.
got to run your business.
But we will be back at it, like, consistently for year 3 in a few weeks. I will probably... I don't know. Let's see how all of this unfolds. It's likely I'll be doing shorts and some TikToks in the 2
Let's
week
open year
time
3
period,
with the
too.
live. Day 1 of year 3, let's do a live.
Oh, that's a great idea.
'Cause I wanna
And we
be
will
there.
officially announce the format of year 3 with a live the first day. And so, like, everybody knows at the same time for those who don't know.
And then we
'Cause
can say,
some people know.
if you don't know, now you know.
If you don't know, now you know. You know. That.
It's another song reference.
I like it. I just realized that my shirt almost matches my skin, and I've been looking like I'm nude the whole time.
Oh, I realized that hours ago.
That's bad.
Or enjoyable.
But
depending on your
anyway,
perspective.
yeah, every single night, any night. I just said any night.
Good night. We don't know how to end the stream without
This
a
is
mouse.
what we do. We don't know how to end the show without a mouse. I'm just going to talk about the fact that I did this 2 hours and 19 minutes getting drunk, and I still didn't defame your dumb asses. So, bring the lawsuit.
I really don't know how to make this work.
I mean, I don't either. Maybe if you kill OBS, we're working on it. Thanks, Sudzers, for existing and being awesome. And
Yeah, I can't get down to the...
I don't know. It's going to be a fun time. I'm just going to sit here and keep talking because there's no actual way to end this. Hey, you could end... Oh, could you...
We can do this.
Yeah, you could do that. But we could also just go... Bye. We're going to Task Manager. That doesn't change the fact that things are still doing the thing. But at some point, you could just kill a thing. Yep, unplug. That's what Kelsey is saying. Just unplug.